close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways.
Alright, so the demo machine is JCB Agri Extra 532-70. So basically the number on this machine is the 532 is it's a 3.2 ton capacity machine, and the 70 is like a 7 meter reach. So yeah, that's what she is. The Agri Extra is, as far as I know, it's to do with the spec that it has. So Agri Extra will be fairly well up on the spec side of things. So yeah, decent sized machine, very much suitable for most mid to large size farms, and yeah, I've been using it for a day or two now and very impressed with it. It is on 500 570/24 tires, so good wide tires on it, plenty of grip out in the field, and a good width. This machine here has got the full LED light package, so you can see LEDs here on either side of the back. We have two LEDs up high. There's a little LED here which points down towards the hitch at night time, so you can see what's happening if you want to hook on your mirror. LEDs then are also, you can see two here on the front of the boom, three here at the top, and one over the far side as well. So lots and lots of lights on it. She's nice and bright at night time. Engine is here on the side. It is JCB's own 4.8, I think, litre engine. Lots of power. This machine is 150 horsepower, and it's yeah, lots of power in it. Good, lots of pushing power, lots of torque. She's not lacking on that front at all. The cab itself, this is the new cab. So this is JCB's latest cab. We'll have a better look on that in a second, but a nice spacious cab. Lots and lots of visibility out of it. It's also got the new gearbox, which is both hydrostatic and power shift. So hydrostatic up to 19 kilometers an hour, and then above that then it is power shift. So drove it on the road a little bit and it pulls like hell on a hill. So a lot of telehandlers die back on hills, so it was an issue with them. This machine just pulls and pulls, goes. So yeah, it also helps then with the pushing power of the machine. You know, if you're loading dung, if you're pushing up grain, whatever you're doing with it, it's got the grip and the traction then to suit that. Also, this machine can be switched from 2-wheel drive to 4-wheel drive, as well as the crab steer and all that. So yeah, option to use it 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive, which is a nice option. This one has the JCB headstock, all the auxiliaries on it, and yeah, big bucket on it. You can see a bit of footage now shortly of me using it when we were busting some grains. This bucket here was actually invaluable for that job. The cab is a lot higher up than what I'm used to. The John Deere cab has one step, but they've rizzed the cab right up on this, and that helps with visibility. You'll see now in a second when we're in the machine itself. But yeah, helps with visibility. For a 3.2 ton machine, it's compact and very manoeuvrable, which I would have guessed it would be anyway, but I'm surprised how compact it is. And yeah, a nice tidy machine. Okay, let's get in the cab with a little look around it and some of the features and the layout of it now inside. Alright, so in the cab itself, it has a half door which I just opened because sometimes if you don't, it can have an echoing effect on the mic. So but lovely little feature. When you open it around, you can pop it in like that. So on sunny days, you're driving down the road, you don't want the air conditioning banging on, just leave that open a little bit. Lovely breeze coming in there. cool you right down. So that's nice. I like that. So it's very simple. Just that little feature there on it would impress me. Wee things like that. Yeah. So we'll have a look around the machine itself. We'll turn her on and we'll just turn off the fan on it so it's not annoying us. So yeah, nice layout. Radio is on. Nice layout on the machine itself. So a small steering wheel, which is what you want, especially when you're doing a lot of manoeuvring around the place. You've got a forward reverse lever here on the left hand side. Indicators, wipers, heads and depths is all controlled here. Along with, you've got one of the horn is on this side. And on this side here then is your windscreen wash if you press the button. You can also do forward reverse on the lever here at the back. There's a little rocker switch, so click it up is forward, neutral is in the middle, and then back is reverse. So handy, you don't have to actually take a hand off the lever at all, and you can go forward reverse. So it just means that your hand never comes off this lever, and you can always stay steering it as well. Yeah, so what have you got here? You've got a couple of functions on this. We'll actually show you them maybe when we have it running. All air conditioning and your air conditioning, hot, cold, blower, all that is all here, demist stuff. Radio, 12 volt. And then round here is where all the switches is then for all your stuff. So you've got your lights here, wipers, beacon, reverse fan, which is on it. Reverse fan is, there's an auto reverse fan on it, which is a super feature, which goes off, I think it's every 15 minutes. Maybe you can change the settings on them. I think this one's set anyway, maybe all of them set for 15-minute intervals. So if you're walking away every 15 minutes, she turns on the reverse fan, clears out all the ducts here, so you know, where the air goes in into the engine. So if you're straw or hay or dust, whatever you're doing, it keeps it clear and keeps the machine cool. Yeah, so all your auxiliary functions then is all here in eco mode, and this here then is for your steering options then, so crab steer, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it also then goes in and you can control your screen here for diagnostics and all that jazz. So yeah, so that's a nice layout. Everything's very simple. Everything's there beside you, and pretty much self-explanatory. Now, Mark, who left it out of me, he did run through it, but you know, with some, when you've been told certain things and you're getting that much information all at once, you might take it all in. I was able to figure it all out myself then anyway, you know, so all very simple. Also have the warning system, so if you're extending your boom out and there's too much weight, these here all light up, and that's a nice little feature too. Visibility of the machine is super. That's probably one of the things that I noticed out of it, is that you can see everything. You're up higher, you're looking down. The boom is down below you, so you can see right down to the sides, even at the back and to the back of the machine. You know, so you can see all corners of your machine. And you know, a lot of people who would have had these machines maybe 10-15 years ago you had the boom here up at the side, and you know, it'd be covering the window. And big improvements on the four-wheel steers visibility wise over the last number of years. Right, we'll start up and just show you a couple of the wee functions here on the machine itself. So a couple of little features I'm just going to show you. We'll just select forward, and what we can do is by flicking this here right over to when it's in drive position, it just means that the machine is fully automatic. So you go out on the road, it completely changes the gears itself. You don't have to worry about doing any of that, and takes you right up to your, I think it does nearly 45k, so it's pretty quick on the road. And yeah, so seamlessly up through the gears, you know, you hardly notice it changing, and you don't have to worry about it. You can then, by clicking this button, the minus button, you can take the D back down and change through the gears yourself. So from what I gather, one is basically hydrostatic, which takes you right up to 19 kilometers an hour. When you go into 2, that's your first gear then in the power shift, and 3 is your second gears in the power shift. So yeah, very simple. The other thing then that you can do as well, if you continue to click this right back down below 1, see the way now it's in tortoise mode. So that brings you into another function now where you can control the speed of the machine in the hydrostatic. So basically, if you just say you scroll it to 30%, you can see it there. The machine now will only do 30% of the 19 kilometers an hour, so it doesn't leave the hydrostatic. So this is for if you're loading dung, where you maybe need your revs up, but you don't want to be accelerating away on at the same time. You want to keep your speed slow. So that is the first thing in that feature. The other thing is then the rocker switch here then beside it. If you flick it down, here the machine is revved up. When you flick it down, it automatically revs up to 1500 revs. Now, so by continuing to flick it down, you can control the revs of the machine. So right up to 2200. So we'll take it back down to 15. So it stays then at a constant revs of whatever you set it. So again, if you're loading dung, you wanted the revs up, you wanted your speed to stay down, you can control all that here in this mode. So this would be excellent so if you're loading dung, you know, where you don't want to be going fast and you want to keep your revs up, so they've lots of hydraulic power back. So yeah, very nice feature. Then to come back out of that, you just press your plus here and that takes you back into your normal driving mode. So yeah, a simple little feature, but I really like that. So that's a quick look around the machine itself. So I have a little bit of footage now that I took yesterday when we were busting the grain. So we'll put that in now, and then at the end of that we'll come back then for an overall look at the machine and what I think of it. Alright, so first job we're doing is we are busting some grain today. So JCB has a bit to do at this. We've got 60 tonne altogether to bust. So it's a nice chance to just kind of pull her through our paces at this and see what she's like at just loading, filling, pushing and everything that goes along with that. So far, I have to say I'm quite impressed with it. The hydraulics are very good on it. Compared to some of the older JCBs that I've driven, there's a huge improvement on them. I suppose I haven't driven any of the really recent JCBs, so there was a bit of a step up there. Probably the freshest JCB I've driven is probably around 2014 or 15, so yeah, a little bit old at this stage. So it just to get the chance now to drive this machine, it's just trying to make sure I don't spill any grain here. Yeah, chance to drive this machine, it's just getting to see what the latest hydraulics are like, and yeah, very impressive. Even compared, like our John Deere hydraulics were always ahead of even that 2014, 2015 JCB. I always felt that the John Deere hydraulics was a little bit ahead of it, but this is the first JCB I've driven that it'll outperform the Deere on the hydraulics. See her now pushing, so probably 3 or 4 3-tonne of stuff there. No problem, just bury it into it, away you go, and it just pushes out of the way. Very nice to drive, very responsive. Like if you give her, like, I'm just a little over that she's on the no heavy revs there to get the hydraulic pump working hard, but you can see like how fast there it folds down, pulls in, tilts all at in the one action, and yeah, it is an impressive machine to drive. This is the newer cab, good visibility out of it. Yeah, just an impressive machine all around. I'm getting it covered in barley here, which is the way it's set up. I have to drive through it every time, but we'll give her a hose down when I'm finished anyway. So yeah, nice, very nice to drive. I'll set the drone up. We get a little bit of drone footage now of just of loading, and you'll get to see her in action.
I just realized I've built walls a mile high, I criticized myself for trusting lies. I know I can't hide, 'cause then I'd be alone, stuck on the inside. The heart doesn't need a castle, it needs a bridge. Been so scared that I'd unravel. Brick by brick, I built these walls. Now I know that I'm enough. Just watch me tear them down. I'm gonna tear them down. If it couldn't break your heart, is it really love? If it can't tear you apart, is it really love? Just watch me march towards the battle. I'm gonna tear down this castle. I'm gonna tear down this castle. I'm gonna tear down this castle.
Alright, so that was a bit of footage from yesterday's grain busting. You get to just see her in action. So is my views on the machine itself, now that I've had it for the last few days. I like it, really do like it. Been impressed with it, everything about it. There's nothing really that I could say that I don't like, which is unusual, because I've had a few handlers out in the past, and the one thing I always find myself asking myself when I've had them is, when I've been finishing off with them, would I change the deal for them? And I've always said no, but I can't say no to this one. It has the drivability, it's comfortable, it has the hydraulic power. I got used to driving it very quickly. You know, it's a new machine, so haven't drove that many JCBs, especially not these new ones. I have drove some JCBs which I haven't been that impressed with, older ones, but I think the newest one up until now that I've drove was probably like a 14 or a 15 one, but this one is a step ahead of those again. And yeah, I just liked it. I liked everything about it. The only, I suppose, if I ever was going to change from the Dio, which I'm not at the minute, I think I'm in deep enough, but if I ever was going to change from the Dio, this is a 5.3 270. I'd maybe go for the 5.4 270, which is basically the same machine, but it's an Agri Pro rather than the Agri Extra, and just is a little bit more spec on it. Horsepower I think is a bit higher on it. There are 50k few differences on it, but and everything's built a little bit heavier, and they're 4.2 lift, but in basically the same size of machine, so I'd probably just go for that. But that's not an issue at the minute, because I'm not just in the market for one at the moment. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Loved it. Be sorry to see it going. It's going home tomorrow, so I will be sorry to see it heading off. The only machine that I would like to try out that might sway me away from one of the four-wheel steel machines is a 420S. I'd love to try one of them out and see what they're like. I know they're a wee bit bigger than the 320, a bit bulkier, but I like the look of them, and I just like them. I like the look of them, so I'd love to try one. I'm not a big pivot steel man, but I'd try it out and see. Who knows, when I drive one if I had one for 4 or 5 days, it could steer me away from the four-wheel steel machines, and could put the going on me for a pivot steel. But yeah, let's see. If I'll have to chat nice to Mark and see if there's any in the area, he might drop one out of me. That's really it, I suppose. Really liked it. Big thank you to ECI and Mark Smith, who left it out of me. So if you're looking for a JCB, get in touch with Mark, and of course ECI. They are main importer of JCB into Ireland, so yeah, they'd only be too happy to sort you out with a machine. But yeah, that's it. JCB Agri Extra 532 70, a beauty.
Till I get up, time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on